Oh boy, talking about protein today. Everybody always asks about protein. So we're going to just spend this time today really delving in.
The owner of the Black Vegan Restaurant out here in Chicago, Illinois. We're right in the heart of Little Village. And so our restaurant specializes in food to help those who are transitioning from non-vegan go into vegan. So we have vegan food, but we kind of want to make sure that we have a big emphasis on people enjoying the experience. That way we help them transition to like eating more things like raw, vegan items and things of that nature. So my philosophy is like if you have somebody who's like completely just like anti-vegan, instead of just like throwing the, vegetables and like the nutrition and all that stuff at them first, we put them in positions where they like enjoy the taste and feel, and then over time your taste palette is going to change and you're going to crave the more substance based stuff. So we're like fun first.
So awesome. And that's a big part of supporting food too. We want people to love the food, enjoy the food, and kind of break the idea of what plant-based food is. And your food is amazing. So I'm excited. And I was like, what are you gonna make? And I
Oh yeah.
heard, and I'm
So
really excited
I'm
to see what
like
it is.
a big like foodie. So I didn't start eating vegetables at all until I was like an adult. Like no lettuce on my burgers, no tomatoes, no nothing. So I'm big on kind of like babying the vegan food to people. So today we're gonna make one of my favorite desserts. It's gonna be a high protein banana split. Okay, so some of our items that we have here. We have bananas, which are pretty good in protein. Blueberries are really good. Strawberries don't have like the most protein, but they're really good at other nutrients. We have tofuti, which is about 1 gram of protein per serving. This oat milk is 2 grams of protein per serving. And then my favorite, peanut butter. You can never you gonna protein the heck out of some peanut butter. So already we've like maxed on the protein. So we're gonna do our banana split. Um, I do a little rum in mine for like the sauce on top because it's morning over here, but it's night somewhere else in the world. So we gonna look, we got things going on. So the first thing I like to do is to make my high protein sauce. Okay, so the high protein.
Are your
So these are gonna
bananas
be
frozen
fresh.
or are they fresh?
You can also like freeze them as well, but these are going to be fresh. I typically would freeze them though. I like frozen bananas. Those are like fires, like ice cream,
Okay.
already ready. So for our high protein sauce, so this is going to be like a peanut butter sauce or whatever. So we got a cup, well, a couple scoops of peanut butter in there, and then we have some tofuti in there, which is a tofu-based cream cheese, which has about 1 gram of protein in there. And
Oh yeah.
I love me some tofuti. I put um
I think I have some. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna just see if I have all of your ingredients while you do this. I usually have tofu in here. Oh, I think I used it for
oh
a
yeah.
birthday cake, but
I,
I will.
I stock up on like tofuti because there's always a way that you could use tofu. So even in our mac and cheese, we use the tofuti in our mac and cheese and our cheesecake. Like uh, I'm like a tofuti baby. I love them so
Oh,
much. So for our sauce, which is going to be drizzled on top of it, we have peanut butter. We have our tofuti. We're gonna put a little bit of oat milk in there just to like cream it up. The thing I like about the peanut butter and the tofuti is that they're already pretty thick in texture, so it's gonna give it a nice consistency. I typically would add like agave as a sweetener or like monk fruit, but I don't have that today, so I'm gonna do a little bit of vanilla, just a little bit because it's already sweet with the peanut
mm.
butter. And for some reason, vanilla and peanut butter goes really good with rum. Again, if you are keeping this like, under the age of 21, just omit the rum part, okay? Like, just don't put it in there. But I think it adds a nice little flavor to it. So,
And I think if you if you like the flavor of rum, they have like a rum extract you could
Yes,
use,
yes.
like
And they
that
have
too.
like a really, I was looking for, there's like this cream rum thing, but sometimes it's hard to find it without milk in it. Um, so this is like my way of like making it
Mm.
myself. But definitely ignore the amount of rum I put in there because I put a little bit too. We're gonna blend this all up.
Your blender, my oven. I'm trying to make some stuff in my oven, but I always forget that my
Oh,
fan
what are you
comes on, and
making?
then it gets really loud. You know what? I'm just making like the most simple meal you could make: a baked potato, some sautéed tofu, and greens or broccoli
Oh,
or Brussels sprouts. I'm making them all, but because sometimes people think vegan food,
no.
it has to be super complicated, and
Yeah,
it can also
and I
be just
think
super
that's kind
simple.
of what kind of detours so many people away from like the veganism because they're like, okay, I gotta do like meal kits, I gotta plan all this stuff, and I'm like, it's really quick to just stir fry some veggies and some, just throw it in a skillet, leave it in there, and take it out. Or like what you're doing, you're making your potatoes and veggies, and you can toss that in there and make so many dishes just from that. You know what I mean?
So good. Yeah, and you can still have a lot of the things that we all consider our staples, like a potato or a rice. I'm trying to move my bench here so I can check
Oh
my
yeah, no.
Brussels sprouts.
And
Keep
I
an eye
love
on
me
you.
some potatoes. That was like my guilty pleasure when I first went vegan. I would potato and pasta it up like.
I've been, yeah, for so many years, when I started in this, when I lived in New York City in the early 80s, I feel like this was my go-to meal because I could always just make a baked potato, have some
Yes,
tofu, have some green
yes.
beans, and that feels like
Oh my
comfort
God,
to
you got
me.
me in the potatoes. Okay, I'm definitely
Baked
going to the grocery store
potatoes.
run. Okay, so we have our sauce. The sauce is going to be like the fun part. That in last. And then we're gonna do like our basic fruits that we would do. I think of it like a jelly style type of banana split. So we have our strawberries. We're gonna put our strawberries on top. And-
So are you
oh
putting your strawberries in the
yes, yes.
bowl?
Here,
I
I'll make
can't
sure to
quite see
move
it.
the camera after I put these up in here. Can you see that? No. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna do some
Okay.
strawberries and blueberries. I'm gonna make it super cute, and then make sure we get it on there. And then I always like to add granola to like everything. And
Mm.
then granola is also going to make it a little bit more filling. I'm like super greedy, so I'll be having to like make sure like, am I going to get full? Because I would be one of those vegans that just like gain a lot of weight just eating because everything's so good. So I got to make sure I know what's going to make me like full. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is so much good vegan food, and it is. Yeah, it's not so much about,
Yeah,
weight, it's about nutrition. I think it's really a kind of a hard place we're all in right now, where we want to talk about nutrition without it being attached to weight, but it still is important to think about your nutrition and that you're getting healthy food in your body just to, work through
Yeah,
your
and
day
we
and,
all
and
have
stay
different
well.
relationships like with weight. So when I first went vegan, I used it to actually gain some weight because I wanted to gain weight, but I wanted to do it in a healthier way. So I used it to gain weight at first, and then I have a 1 year old. When I was pregnant, I gained like 80 pounds at least, and then I went on a tofu diet and I use that to lose the 80 pounds. So it's all about your strategy.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like we should maybe do a conversation about it because food and weight and diet and all this is such an issue, and it can be complicated and be
Yes,
convoluted to shaming and all kinds of things, and talk about about this subject in general and how we think about our bodies as keeping them healthy and not
exactly. And it's
about
not a
size.
one
So
size, fits all thing. I think, you know, the world does so much like body shaming. No matter what size you are, there's just too many people up in
Yeah.
everybody's business. You know what I mean? And it's just, well, how's your mental health? You know what I mean? How's your spiritual health? You know what I mean? Like, and so I tell people all the time, you know, if you're going to be vegan, that's great, but also make sure you're having a good attitude. You know what I mean? And you're spreading good energy as well, because, you know, you don't want to be vegan and then be like a Krabby Patty spreading, you know, negative. Like,
That's so true. Yeah, you don't want to be like, I have compassion for animals, I have
right,
compassion for the planet, but I don't have
Like,
compassion for
no,
you.
come on, man. Like, help us out. Help us help the world out. So it's a team effort. And that's what I love about being vegan, is that veganism is a journey. You're always going to find more ways to be vegan. For a lot of people, it starts with the food, and then it develops into ethics with animals. And then humans tend to be like the last where we get like the compassion, but we're working on that. We're doing so much better, especially with organizations like Supportive Feed, where you guys put that type of stuff in the communities where they need it the most. So we definitely appreciate you guys, and we need more people like you guys, because we get a lot of just like smiles from like the children, and we have like 15, 16-year-olds who's like, you know, well, I'm vegan now. Whoa, okay, good. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh, we appreciate you so much. I had so much fun there that day in Chicago last year, and that was such an exciting day. Well, we'll talk about that. I don't want to
So the
distract
next
from your
thing we
bananas.
have, I made a really good, so we have blueberries in it, but I also made a really good blueberry syrup, okay? So I do the blueberry, I do it with a little bit of agave, and then so you can either heat it to make it thick, or I refrigerate it overnight to make it thick. Again, I'm a big foodie, so like we gonna make sure we get a good view afterwards. So we're gonna pour our syrup on there.
Oh, wow.
Blueberry syrup,
This is your
yes.
blueberry syrup.
And this is like my favorite. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Those were fresh blueberries and agave.
and then so my next favorite part is I have Oatly ice cream bars. Um, you gotta have a little ice cream when you're doing a banana split, okay? We're gonna stick that right in there. Again, our big thing is making sure people enjoy the experience first. And then we can go down to, you know, narrowing out. Now, the good thing about this is that the only thing that could be like, oh, well, that's not super healthy is like the ice cream bar. But everything else, completely natural. So why not throw an ice cream bar or two in there?
Chocolate covered vegan ice cream is about the
Here,
best thing
yes,
you
yes.
can taste.
And so the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pour our peanut butter sauce on top that we just made, which is gonna make it, okay, yeah. We're gonna pour that on top. And again, this is something that you're gonna get full with, but you're also gonna enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's strawberries, blueberries, granola, and then that blueberry sauce and
Yes.
this
And then
peanut butter banana
we got
sauce.
butter tofu sauce with a little bit of rum in there, okay? Um, and the ice cream bar.
And the ice
Now
cream.
I really like the blueberry sauce. I'm just gonna put a little bit more on top because like my sister's gonna eat this.
Oh my gosh. This looks like a dessert you could put like in the middle of a table, like everyone is well and healthy, and then
Now
sort of
it's
share it
definitely
from
like
the
for me,
bowl.
this is like a one-person meal. I might give you a bite, but like if you're a normal person who's not greedy, this is definitely a two-person meal. So I'm gonna let's see if we can get the camera so we can get a good view of this right here.
Yeah. Let's see the close up.
So that
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Let's make that. Oh, Sparkle, can you get your face in there so we can have this be our cover shot of your face and the bowl and me?
okay, hold
So I
on.
want everyone to see that.
You know, Auntie knees is I gotta work on my knees.
Oh, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, good. Because sometimes it's hard to
Yeah.
get a good picture of
And then,
you
so
and the
here's a
food.
really good shot, and these are all the ingredients. Now I do have coconuts on here. I like to use the coconut juice, the coconut water in there as well. But we're not gonna do that today. But the coconut water is gonna add a really good like taste to the sauce as well. But it's really good without it. But there we go.
Wow, that looks amazing. Maybe when we leave, take another picture of that so we can
Yeah,
post a
no,
still of it too.
I'm
It's
like,
so
I'm definitely
beautiful.
gonna take a picture before I like eat it. I gotta, make sure I put like a whole bib on and stuff like that. But
But I love that you made dessert because I think that's a really good point. And Dr. Shaw was saying, like, if you just think through your day and add little bits of protein here and there, they add up, you know. So in your breakfast, you know, you add some chia seeds or some hemp seeds, and in your lunch, you add some lentils and you sprinkle on some nuts, or, you know, and then, and then in your dessert, you have your tofu cream cheese and your peanut butter. It's so
yes, and you know
smart
what?
way to think of it.
This is like a super like high intense form of like protein. To some people, they may be like, okay, well, we still might need to add a little bit extra. You can take like half of this and put it on top of some oatmeal. You know what I mean? So you got a high protein oatmeal, and it tastes good. There's no like added sugars on there, and it's still super like healthy. And most of all, a lot of this stuff you can prep, put it in your refrigerator, and you're just grabbing it and going. It takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah, have them separate and then put it all together. And I was thinking, I don't always have agave, but I almost always have maple syrup.
Yes,
So I'm
that's
thinking
what
I
I
could
was
do that.
hoping I had. So maple syrup, yeah, I was looking for some maple syrup. Maple syrup is like the best like additive. Like agave, I love it, but maple syrup, something about it is gonna make it taste like yes,
Yeah,
yes.
puts it over
So
the
maybe next
top.
time I have some like maple syrup, but I'm definitely gonna add that to the grocery list because I live by maple syrup.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I so appreciate you. And I hope you'll come back and make something else. And thanks for working with
Oh,
Support and Feed in
thank you. And thank
Chicago.
you
We're
for
so
having me a
grateful to
part of
you.
the team. I love what you guys are doing. Like, we really do need more people like you guys. You guys are just awesome. You're changing a lot of lives here in Chicago, and I see it with you. So just know that your mission, your intentions, it's all being accomplished. And they're going to really benefit and appreciate it as they get older, and they're going to spread it around. So I'm super grateful to be a part of an amazing team.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for everything,
you.
Sparkle. You're inspiring. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh my gosh, she's so amazing. And how about that dish? Don't you just want to make that?